So The Flash was screened at CinemaCon last night, and alongside many people getting to see the film early, all of us were treated to a new trailer which released online as well. We got new looks at Michael Keaton's Batman, Ben Affleck's Caped Crusader, and a deeper understanding of the plot in this DC Multiversal movie. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the first reviews from the CinemaCon screening of The Flash, and then giving you my thoughts towards them and that new trailer. The trailer will be linked in the description below if you haven't seen it already. Before I get into it though, if you want to keep up to date on any of my upcoming content surrounding The Flash, the new DCEU, and Matt Reeves' The Batman universe, then don't forget to support this upload by giving it a like rating, subscribing to the channel, and turning on your notifications. But without further ado, let's dive into the first reactions and new trailer for the Flash movie. So coming to the reactions to the movie last night at CinemaCon, pretty much every review I saw said it was a fantastic film, and some even threw in that it's one of the best comic book movies of all time. Take that as you will, of course, and I will note that some reviews that I trust who didn't post on Twitter or social media and did their review on YouTube instead said that while it's not the greatest comic book movie, it's still a very good one, and one that they think fans will like quite a bit. But when it comes to the written early reactions, this is what was said. Eric Davis noted that DC's The Flash is tremendous. Forget DC, it is without a doubt among the best superhero films ever made. Inventive storytelling, fantastic action sequences, great cast, so many nerdy details. I'm in tears at the end, everything you want from a superhero film and more. I'm honestly floored it's this good. As a monster Back to the Future fan, which I am too, it has those vibes all day. Michael Keaton is amazing as expected, and this is the best Ezra Miller has been as Flash. Affleck gets some of his best Batman moments too, and Sasha Calle rocks. Joe Blow also said, just out of The Flash at CinemaCon, believe the hype, truly one of the great superhero movies. Ezra Miller ×2, Sasha Calle, and Michael Keaton. It's pretty perfect and one of the best films of this type you could ever hope to see. Stephen Weintraub further stated, The Flash is fantastic. I know Ezra Miller has made a lot of mistakes, but they are so good in this movie. Loved Keaton, the action, humor, and emotion. Andy Muschietti has created something special, thumbs way up. WB didn't show the after credits scenes. Perry Nemiroff said in her review, caught an unfinished cut of The Flash and dug it quite a bit, especially how the narrative challenges Barry to confront who he is, who he could have become, and how one's influenced by the people in or not in their life. It's a successful mix of heartfelt coming-of-age components, stellar action, really loved the style of Flash's powers and the creativity in those scenes, and a whole bunch of big laughs. The comedic timing and delivery are on point. It's a lot of movie, and there were moments where I could somewhat feel it caving under the pressure of the mechanics of the concept and the themes it's exploring, but for the most part, it moves well, looks good, radiates enthusiasm for the characters and story it's telling, and left me wanting another viewing. Yet another winner for Andy Muschietti. Moving on, Humberto Gonzalez mentioned, believe the hype, Christopher Nolan movies aside, the Flash movie is the greatest DC movie of the last 30 years that belongs in the same conversation as Superman 78 and Batman 89. The movie breaks incredible new ground in superhero cinema and honors DC lore of years past. Scott Menzel said in his early review, The Flash is hands down one of the best superhero movies of all time. No joke, The Flash is the ultimate movie-going experience as it has a little bit of everything. Action, emotion, heart, humour, and plenty of nostalgia. Ezra Miller is phenomenal as dual Barry Allens, Michael Keaton and Sasha Calle are also very good. This is a film that audiences will be watching over and over again. Oh, and avoid all the spoilers you can for this movie because there are some really incredible surprises that will truly blow you away. I cannot wait to see this again. And finally, Jermaine Lussier said, "Yup, The Flash is as good as rumoured. It's Back to the Future meets Spider-Man No Way Home with all the humour and heart of the former and action and surprises of the latter. If anything, it might be a tad too ambitious, but it's also just incredibly satisfying, heartwarming and fun." So overall, the reviews mention a good balance of tone, the performances from Ezra and Keaton, and they touch on the emotion that Andy Muschietti brings to the multiverse story. It will be interesting to see the reaction from the general audience in a few months' time, but so far, the early reviews are extremely positive and seem to claim that it lives up to the hype that was given in the months prior. Moving now to the new trailer, I did get a chance to watch that last night too, following its release at the Warner Bros. CinemaCon panel, and I must say I have similar thoughts to the first trailer that was released a few months ago. I think it looks really emotional and plays on the sort of things that made No Way Home such a big hit for Marvel, surrounding the multiversal elements at play, and I really hope it can deliver on all of that in the film. To me, the footage surrounding Ezra Miller and the emotion that he conveys towards everything that happens with his parents is probably the thing that stood out to me the most, and it seems like it's promising something really powerful within the framework of a more conventional comic book movie. I especially like the opening where Michael Keaton's Batman is talking about losing his parents and then replying to Barry by stating that he actually saved them. It shows that the nostalgic cameos in this film are serving more of a storytelling purpose, and they're not just there for the pure sake of it. I do also feel quite nostalgic to the whole Man of Steel centered footage on display too, and as someone who really loves that film, I really hope that they can use those events in a successful way. One thing I will critique though is that the VFX on display in certain shots, especially during those moments, seems like a downgrade on what we saw 10 years ago in that DC film. Zod appears quite cheesy, the Metropolis destruction looks unfinished, and some of the costume designs appear quite plastic. But I will give them the benefit of the doubt, especially because at CinemaCon during the screening of the film, they told the audience that the VFX isn't finished, and it's one of the big things that they are tweaking before release. So that's something that will most likely be much better in the final product, and yeah, I'll give them the time to make that look of a higher standard. At the same time, I thought some of the shots with Barry in the Speed Force and the slow-mo close-ups of him being electrocuted did look really good at this particular moment, and I could imagine that other shots will be up to that standard too. Overall, it does excite me for the film, and again, I'm really happy that they included more of the emotional aspects of the story in there, and not just nostalgia and cool looking shots. Some of the reactions that I've watched on YouTube have said that there's plenty of surprises in this film too, especially those that relate to the early stages of the DCEU, and also Zack Snyder's films as well, so that does get me excited to see how they've essentially ended this whole chapter of DC, and how it will bridge the way into the new DCU with 2025's Superman Legacy. But that was my video on the reviews and the new trailer for The Flash. As a whole, the high praise for this movie does get me excited to see it myself, and I hope that it can really deliver on a solid ending for the DCEU. As someone who likes certain movies from the past slate and is excited to see what is in the future as well, giving fans a good ending, yet a leadway into the new phase, is something that I think can lead to a really interesting one-off film. And by the sounds of it, they might have delivered just that. But let me know down below in the comments section what your thoughts are towards the Flash reviews and the new trailer, alongside your predictions on what we could see unfold in this massive crossover event. For much more videos and news on the Flash and DC, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, rating, and follow me on social media via the links in the description. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.